But now we're back for the game 3 of this best of 7 between Hazza and Mitoe.
Yes,
Round of 8 of the ESOC Autumn Tournament.
indeed. And we have Sioux versus Spain on Hudson Bay.
Yeah, so Mitoe picked Sioux and Hazza decided to pick with Spain. Again, I don't think it's a good counter pick. I mean, Spain is, in my opinion, dying to Sioux, but we will see. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not really the matchup we see every day, right?
Yeah.
People don't play so much Spain, and especially not in 20. And even Sioux is quite powerful, but it's not the Civ that you see every day. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play this matchup. Kind of a surprise because we're not used to seeing this. Would you like to introduce the players?
Yeah, sure. We have here in the color red Hazza54321. In the color red, I said this, I think. And he's playing Spain versus Mitoe here in the color teal, and he's playing Sioux. And on the 4 TP spawn here on Hudson Bay. Is it an option to go for Spain ATP?
Yes and no. Oh wait, why is my game sound so loud? I just lowered it. Yes and no, because yeah, overall it is an option, especially against Sioux. I would say, like, you know, getting these TPs up, Sioux not having really much siege potential in Colonial, so you get the TPs and maybe a stagecoach. But the real problem of going ATP, in my opinion, is that Sioux can get these pets in age 1 and just kill your explorer with a Renegado, for example. The problem is that, yeah, Hazza stole the treasure and he crackshot the Renegado, I think.
Yeah.
If only Mitoe would have not lost this Renegado.
And Hazza have one less hunt, by the way, I think. No, there's 3-3. Yeah, no, it's... No, wait.
No, it's a good spawn.
Okay.
Usually you have all the hunts. The only problem on this map is the gold mine sometimes, but here there's top mine and 2 mines in base for boss players, so everything is fine.
Okay. Well, Spain is here taking a 90 food treasure. It's pretty nice with this dog who's helping with the coyotes that he don't lose so much HP. He did a pretty good job. While Mitoe is waiting with his wolf hard explorer from Sioux to heal. And now moving again.
Oh, yeah. For example, something like a Nutka could definitely be a big problem if you want to go ATP, obviously. But I would like to say that Hazza is just winning the age 1 so hard so far. He got 170 food worth of treasures and 150 coin now. So he's gonna age up really early. And he's going to have a very easy time to FF. I mean, look at this gold stack already. 290 coin for Hazza.
Yeah.
Insane. Mitoe is just complaining about himself, as per usual.
Typical Mitoe.
Yeah, very, very typical Mitoe. And yeah, problem is that he's down to 0 and he's obviously psychologically not really confident right now.
Yeah.
So it could be not so easy for Mitoe now.
I'm really glad that we are in game now.
Yeah, good that we could get in game and stop with this bullshit.
Yeah, it's just nice to use Game Ranger. Here the Spain Explorer is in great danger now.
Yeah, I'm gonna crackshot the wolf, but this doesn't matter so much. I think he's training dogs because he's not moving, and Mitoe knows that. You see, he's not getting baited, and he's just running away, which is quite smart.
Yeah.
So he forced Spain to train 3 dogs, which is gonna maybe slow down a little bit his FF. Although he got so much food and coin in age 1, I think he can still train 3 dogs and age up perfectly. But yeah, well, he forced him to make dogs anyway. And trading power is gonna go down for Hazza. No ATP.
No, but for both 3 villages in H1.
Yeah, pretty expectable. And Hazza actually gonna miss the ATP. And taking quite an exposed TP as well. Could maybe drop it here instead. because Sioux is not the most aggressive Civ in Colonial or something, but you can still get this TP burned down with like 5x riders or something. So.
Do you know what is with the TPs on EP that you build them in base to have a better eco, right? Do you know exactly the stats then?
It's 3% per TP now. It used to be 4, but it was too strong, so they nerfed it to 3. It's 3% gathering bonus, and it's multiplying with each other. So it's 3% with the first TP, but then the second TP is 3%, not of 100% of your gathering, but of 103%. It's a bit complicated to explain, but basically it's multiplying each other. So at the end of the day, when you have like 6 TPs, it's not 18%, but probably more than 20.
Oh, this is so big now what's going on here. This was an extremely good H1 fight before was hit H2. Mitoe lost his Sioux Explorer, but he's picking it up again because he aged. While Hazza was taking this villager treasure, and he died now in the end of taking it.
Yeah, but it's still quite good for Hazza just to get a villager. It's just such an insane start. Everything would have been so different if Mitoe would have he could even just convert one of these guys here, even if he doesn't care about the treasure, just to kill Hazza, you know, and then get the full map and get all the treasures in H1. But he failed to do that. He failed to get the Renegado. I mean, there was more than one Renegado on this map he could have used, and he failed to do it. So Hazza got away with much more treasures than he should be able to get away with against Sioux. So that's not a great start for Mitoe. And I cannot even tell you that I was PMing with him, and he told me, yeah, I'm gonna go Sioux. I really need to win the H1. So it's really a bit sad for Mitoe now.
Well, Spain is not so bad at H1 because he can train his dogs and they're quite strong, right?
Yeah, but you can't really train dogs before you start aging. Yeah. It's slow, and you have one dog, which is nice, but again, like against a Renegado, no matter what you get, you're gonna die, honestly. The Sioux Explorer snare you, and then the Renegado got so much attack and so much range, it's gonna kill anything. So it's pretty much, anyway, a big domination in H1 from Sioux if you play it properly. But yeah, Mitoe just got wrecked in H1 there, so he's just not in such a good spot. Also, I would like to say that he aged up very late at 4 minutes 57, which is 1 villager late, or even 2 villagers, because you can age up quite early as Sioux. Depends. And Mitoe is going for
a naked FF.
Yeah, with a ton of TPs. We talked about it, and I told him, he said he would do it, but apparently he changed his mind. I told him to go for double stable timing in Colonial, but he's going for a naked FF with like 7 TPs in base. So I think the plan is to just like hold the Spain push there easily, because with so many TPs, I don't think Spain can take a fight here. The units are gonna get so much HP there, like almost twice the HP, I think. Oh,
these villagers here.
And the caravel also, that's very important. He can bring the caravel and start killing them, but he didn't spot the bills. Mitoe going really on the very top of the map.
Yeah, he's afraid that Hazza will see them. Oh, this was really short before.
I kind of like this caravel age up. I mean, you don't really want to get Huss usually, just because Sioux is quite good against Cav. And maybe 400 wood and a caravel is really a very decent job after all. The wood is just nice, and the caravel can help you defend your front base here, and maybe pressure the top here, because this coin mine is so close to the water. I mean, the caravel can totally deny it. So it's quite smart from Hazza, in fact.
Yeah, I like it also. It's, I think, one of the best age ups, right?
Yeah, obviously the fast age is always the best, but when you don't have fast age like Spain, the caravan 400 wood is just the best age up. It gives you 800 resources, and it's mostly wood. As long as you can do something with the caravan, of course. Sometimes it's useless because the caravan is useless, but in this case, I think it can really like deny this hunt, and denies this gold mine and defends the front base as well. So it's quite a nice caravel there.
Yeah.
So he got like 400 wood instead of 4 Hazzas, but still it's 400 wood. It's not horrible. It helps you get stuff like double racks, for example, like Hazza did.
5 rifle riders. Do you like this decision? Was there so much infantry?
Well, against the rods, it's definitely good. Against skirmishers, it's definitely horrible. So at the end of the day, it's kind of okay.
Here's a caravel is getting some shots on the villagers. Is he lost some? Yeah.
No, he didn't lose any, and he was reacting quite fast, and he's hurting now, so he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's not enraged anymore, but he is quite good from Hazza to deny this with the caravel, the food.
What I dislike is that Mitoe is shipping units when he anyway got so many TPs that I think he can hold no matter what. I think he was maybe afraid of the Falconet first card or something, and then, you know, the Falconets can siege down the TPs without committing close to the base, so he was probably afraid of that. And Rifle Riders are very good at Falconets. You can see they got a 6 multiplier, which is quite insane. So I guess that was a plan from Mitoe. Sadly for him, Hazza is instead going for a quite greedy build order with 1k wood, 1k food, infantry combat directly to the third card. That's very greedy. Could have gone Spanish gold if you anyway want to go so greedy, but he doesn't have it in deck for some reason. I feel like people forget about this card.
Yeah, I think it's quite good, especially when you go so greedy, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're anyway gonna sit there and make units, you might as well already get Spanish gold, because it's after 3 shipments now it would already be worth 1k2 gold, which is already much better than 1k food.
Might have so much more units in here, giving a free kill, and Hazza also giving 1.
Yeah, Mitoe got a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of units. He shipped also 9 vaquinas.
Yeah, wow, that's really a lot of stuff. And yeah, the only problem for Mitoe here is skirmishers, because he has nothing to counter skirmishers besides his own skirmishers. But the good news is that Spain can't remass skirms because they don't have any skirmisher shipment. So I think that's a quite solid composition actually for Mitoe in this matchup. When
yeah,
you come
this
to
looks pretty good. With so many rods, I mean, they cannot do a lot with all these range units, but they are coming a lot of lancers.
Yeah, but it's a really bad pop. These lancers are out of position, the rods are not connecting. Now the rods are coming, but there's 9 rod shipment as well, so it's a huge timing for Hazza there. And the Rifle Riders are just being autistic and running around in the rods. I'm not sure who's gonna win this fight at the end of the day.
Yeah, Mitoe's trying to hit and run his way out of the melee units from Spain.
Mitoe got it, because he got more skirmishers, but to be fair, he lost quite a lot of Rifle Riders, so it was maybe an okay trade for Hazza, and he's dropping a couple forward TPs, which I really like.
Yeah, that's a good decision here.
Well, to be fair, Hazza lost 10 Lancers, which is not nothing. So I think it was quite a fair trade. I'm checking the units lost, and we have 6 dead Wakinas, 6 Wakinas, 6 Axe Riders, 8 Rifle Riders, and 12 Rods, 5 Skirms, 10 Lancers, which is quite a close trade.
Oh, but Mitoe is now ever here to take this. Hazza's not paying so much attention anymore to this camera.
Oh, and this island spawn is kind of weird. There's not so much space for... I don't know if the carrier can go through. But it's pressuring the deals now. And
yeah. Oh,
Lancers
wow.
are not exactly great at raiding, but they're still gonna do the job.
He's
Mitoe pulling!
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice pull there. Saving at least 1 villager, I think. He would have lost, for sure, 1 vill. So just saving a vill there. The thing we need to remember is that Hazza has a card. He got the infantry combat card, so that's a small advantage for him. While Mitoe is shipping stuff like 4 Rifle Riders, which is not... I mean, it's okay, but it's not wonderful. And there's another raid on top.
Oh. 5 villagers so far for Mitoe here. Dying maybe more? Yeah, for sure 1, 2.
He's probably gonna lose 3 or 4 bills, but oh, Hazza is not really paying attention. His dancers are going back, so I don't know.
Yeah, because there's also here this fight maybe going on. Hazza is going back.
Yeah, it's quite a close game.
Yeah, but the economy is a bit hurt from Mitoe. He should maybe have a stagecoach and burn down this last TP or something.
And there's so many upgraded rods. I don't know how Mitoe is going to be able to kill the falconets now. He needs to commit with his rifle riders to kill the falcons, but he can't do it because there's so many rods between. So it's going to be really hard. And he's going to get shot again by the falcons if he doesn't take care. Yeah, he's getting shot now. It looks like a good game for Hazza.
Yeah.
It's so disturbing, these avatars on Game Ranger. This is my avatar, not Mitoe's.
Hazza is in a good spot right now here. He lost a Rex, but still, it is too far. Mitoe is trying to catch them with his Riffle Riders. They do good versus Sparks, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, they were really good, but what a painful trade, Mitoe resigning. Yeah, well, GG.
GG.
I mean, Mitoe basically doesn't play Sioux. Again, he picked something like not really optimal because he doesn't really play that Civ. I told him he should play Germany, very simple, and he just decided to go Sioux. So now it's 3-0 for Hazza, and it's already match point. It's a big upset so far.
It's match point for Hazza here.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really hard for Mitoe to come back from this. I don't think he's gonna do it. I mean, it's possible, obviously, but yeah. So now we need to wait that they host again, and then we can join. You're looking at the LAN direct IP stuff, right?
Give me a second. I think we're gonna put the overlay for now.
Okay.
And then we're back in 3 minutes.
All right, welcome back, guys, to the stream. We are switching back on ESO since we should not get invite spammed. So yeah, it's a bit faster now. We don't need to wait for Hazza to make a deck because it doesn't have decks for Game Ranger. So now we can go directly in game and maybe into the final game of this series. It's a match point, so Mitoe could lose, and if Mitoe doesn't do a reverse sweep, like win 4 games in a row, he's not gonna win the series. So it's Alaska and India against Dutch, and well, there's also, of course, still QueenOfdestiny.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Yeah, so now we are here on Alaska with Hazza54321 in the color red. He's playing Dutch with Mitoe in the color teal, and he's India. This is a match point for Hazza. He pointed this out. We have here some water. Do we going to see from Mitoe maybe some water play with India?
I know that Mitoe likes to do this dog build. It's a dog wagon build. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Mitoe going for it. But he could very well go land as well. It's also a mind game, you know, like I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. Like boss can work, so we will have to wait and see to check Mitoe's deck and check what card he sends in H1.
110 wood here. Hazza is trying to pick microing the Cougars, while Mitoe here on the other side trying to get 80 wood, but he scouted it.
Oh yeah, Hazza's gonna run into Mitoe, but Mitoe is just going back. So that's kind of okay. Like nothing happened. No one killed any treasure. They, yeah, just gonna run. Problem is, of course, that Hazza can totally deny anything from India because he got an envoy and an explorer, and the Indian elephants are so weak that they can't really fight for the treasures. And Hazza knows that Mitoe didn't scout this. It's interesting because Mitoe obviously stopped here when he saw this treasure and tried to pick it. So Hazza knows that the 110 wood is not scouted and that Mitoe was turning away. So now he can just take his time to micro this really, really good treasure. And yes, the envoy just coming in to be annoying again because it's only 5 attack, but these monks are quite low HP. So if there's an envoy punching you all the time when you're trying to take a treasure, you might lose an elephant.
But look, there's another 95 wood treasure here, and Mitoe is now going to take this instead of the 80 wood. But this is good for Hazza. He might be able to take this as well. There's so many wood treasures. And
Hazza scouted this treasure for sure with his envoy. So like I said, he's gonna come back and just start punching the elephants. And oh yeah, he didn't. Oh no.
Yeah.
He didn't have the 2 bears next to each other.
No.
So he didn't do the area damage. So he's gonna maybe lose an elephant, but well, he's alright. But a bit low HP.
Yeah,
still okay.
This is good. He takes the high HP one for the treasure, and the other one just here escape on the border of the map.
And if he gets too low HP, he can still use his elephants to heal each other because elephants can heal units. And one thing I wanted to say, we didn't talk about it, but Hazza had a coin crate. Of course, Mitoe also has one, but it's still on the floor because he can't do anything with it. So it's just making Dutch faster in H1, faster to click to Colonial Age. And Hazza got the 110 wood, so he's gonna get his peng really early in transition.
And he's going now here for the 80 wood. Aging up already. Is it a normal age up time or a bit early?
This actually is a classic age of time, okay. 15 years. But it was idle-less for sure. Like he didn't have any second of idle time because with 100 extra coin, it's really easy. Mitoe aging up with a Carney with 4 bills and Hazza directly spotting it. So he's gonna know what to expect. We have the wood trickle for Mitoe, so he didn't shift the dog wagon, but he does have the dog wagon in deck.
Well, when he's going now here with this, let's say, economic boost, wonder, what does it exactly?
Carney gives you the same like the aura of the TPs basically, but it's 10% and not 3% or something. And it got much more range than the TPs, I think. Mitoe trying to force it and take this treasure, but one elephant is so HP, I don't think he's gonna make it. Like, he might get the treasure, but I'm pretty sure he'll die at the end of the day.
One is for sure dying. Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, well, he's not dying because he didn't pick the treasure, but because if Mitoe would get the treasure, Hazza would just directly snare the low HP elephant and he'd die. But since Hazza was busy taking the treasure, at least Mitoe was able to escape his low HP elephant, which is still good for him. But yeah, he lost an 80 wood treasure, so still a really strong start for Hazza.
I'm not sure about this Carney here in base. I mean, it's a low food map and it's versus Dutch, right? Oh, not Dutch.
Yeah, but he's in fact going quite aggressive. And look at that. Hazza going maybe side stable to raid. Because he knows that there's no Agrafort and no Voyager. Obviously, it's harder to raid when there's 2 Sepoys. But the problem is that these fields are just next to the Nutka. So if Mitoe can spot it, he's going to be able to deny anything very quickly because there's no units for Hazza and no military building up. And the Mitoe has this native post and he can, yeah, I mean, imagine like 5 Nutkas coming now to kill this would be absolutely insane. The problem is that he's probably not going to see it.
Oh. He didn't see it.
And would trickle for Mitoe. Oh, but he could siege down a lot of HP from the bank wagon, but he's just gonna right click the bank. And the good thing is that he can go in cover mode, so the TC fire is really not efficient. Although there's a bit of micro from Hazza, he's not attacking the cover.
Is this bank gonna go down?
Oh no. Hazza can call Minuteman if he needs to. And then the Nutkas will have to go back. But he needs to call them soon.
There's a side barracks, not a side stable from Hazza.
Yeah, I didn't say that, but yeah, it was a racks. So it's kind of weird. But at the same time, it's going to be nice because it's going to get skirmishers in this part of the map. And what is Mitoe going to do against skirmishers? Nutkas are going to be useless. And he can make Gorkas himself, of course, but Gorkas have less range, so Hazza can hit and run them and probably get good trades. And Sepoys will, of course, lose to Gorkas, so to skirmishers. So it's going to be quite hard for Mitoe for Hazza to do anything there.
But Mitoe's making more Nutkas here. Oh wow, 8 pikes.
Yeah, I think when he identified there was this front base, he is going to scout the racks now, by the way. He decided that 8 packs would be a good way to deny it. And yeah, it looks quite hard for Mitoe. He's trying to fight this, but I mean, the pikes can block. And there's Gorkas popping, but there's going to be 5 more skirms for Hazza popping anytime now, I'm pretty sure. There's a badge of 5 in queue for Hazza, so when 5 more pop, it's going to be totally okay. I think it's going to pop now. Oh well, he took quite a long time to make more skirms, but yeah, they're popping. And Hazza is able to win this fight. But the good thing for Mitoe is that as the longer Hazza stays colonial, the harder it gets for Dutch, because India has a great colonial, while Dutch has a quite poor colonial since they don't have anything besides pikes as an anti-cap. Although Sowars are not really the greatest cap, but still.
No, this is true, but I think it's not so bad with so many skirms to make Nutkas when you can catch them, but there's a 3 Hus shipment coming in from Hazza here, and maybe he's going to raid Mitoe to death. But he has all his stuff on the TC, so...
He should just fight. I mean, Nutkas are really not a good anti-cav, so you can just send your Haz forward to bait the Nutkas, and there's only one Nutka actually. Hazza probably doesn't know that, but there's only one Nutka. So if the Haz just not the 6 Nutkas, so Mitoe could be okay. But still having issues to kill the skirmish. 2 more range is quite a big deal.
Yeah.
And there's more Haz from Hazza. He made a stable. Got 5 cav now. 8 cav actually, so that's quite a good cav switch. And it's gonna be very hard for Mitoe to do anything now. He's got much less stuff, and his unit composition is getting countered by Hazza's unit composition.
Yeah.
And Nutkas do 20 damage to cav. It's really not much. So they're not a scary anti-cav.
No, they're not. But there's going the Minuteman anti-cav here from India.
Yeah, and
the other one as well.
Yeah, he's gonna need everything he can get now. But it's gonna be really hard to get rid of this cav. He would need a unit shipment now, but he's getting a shipment on, and there's even more Haz coming in for Hazza. The Nutcats just didn't pay off this game. They didn't do so much, and Hazza is going back, so Mitoe could be alright there, but now he's going in maybe.
Yeah, he was just waiting. Well, there's a GG 4-0 for Hazza.
Yeah, well, this was really unexpected. I lost more than 3k points in betting, and well, congratulations to Hazza.
Yeah, congratulations to Hazza. He beat Mitoe 4-0.
Yeah.
And moving on to the semi-finals.
I mean, this was kind of unlucky for Mitoe that he started Nutcast just when Hazza was making a random skirm pike on the side. So yeah, he kind of got caught. He wanted to cheese Hazza, make something surprising with the Nutcast, and in fact, well, it just was really good for Hazza that Mitoe was making Nutcast actually, because he just could make skirmishes and win. And yeah, well, GG.
GG out, I guess.
Indeed.